Go, because I was locked and loaded this morning, y'all. All right, we should be rolling here in just a moment. It's the first Monday of the month.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's do this. Let's meet you. And we are going. All right, anybody who this is your first time with me, you can just put it over in chat. Would love to know if this is your first time. Yay, found me on Meetup. Hi, Margot. Hello. Welcome. Okay, so if this is your first time, I just want to let you know that if you are ever unavailable to catch the live, it is always simulcast over onto YouTube, so you can always catch the recording on YouTube. And as soon as I have that link, I will drop it for you.
Maybe I have it. I could.
Okay, great. It should be Manifesting with Valorie, YouTube, Manifesting with Valorie, something like that.
Okay. Let's see here.
All right.
YouTube, here we go. I got it.
Just a second here. Yes, this is every Monday. And it's got disturbance in the force. Just gonna take care of that.
Yeah, what?
One moment, please. I am just taking care of some housekeeping. You may have noticed over there in chat. All right, now we're good to go. All right. Welcome and hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this magical Monday, first Monday of the month. And because it is the first Monday of the month, I have a couple of announcements, a couple of things I want to make you aware of as we go into this new month. I just shuffled my cards wrong. That's interesting. All right. First thing I want to let you know is as of June 1st, tickets are on sale for my event. So I am doing a show, a live show here in Kansas City. It's happening on July 26th. Tickets went on sale yesterday. Please grab a ticket if you plan on coming to see me in Kansas City. It's done in connection with the Awkwardly Zen, the Divine Time Fair. So there's a full day metaphysical fair during the day. And then my show, my event, it's that evening, starting at 7 p.m. So you can go to my website and find tickets there for my event. Also, if you're on my website, you can find the link to the metaphysical fair, which is still under construction. I should have changed that link, but I'm going to post this anyway. Don't go check out the link for Awkwardly Zen yet. It's still under work, but do check out the link for my tickets. The tickets are ready to go. And the name of the show is Can't Make This Shift Up. So it's all about manifesting and also about me doing readings, like live gallery readings, psychic readings, mediumship readings, energy healing, whatever you might need. I'm going to let myself be led by spirit and channel what you need in the moment during that show. So I'm super excited about that. Go check out all the details on that link that I just put over there. And then the second thing I want to let you know about is happening on June 9th. This is not my event, but I am attending this event and I'm also moderating this event. And I'm super excited about it and so glad. It is my friend Seth Turner. I got a reading from him last year and it is still imprinted and burned into my brain. That's how good this reading was. I keep saying when people ask me about Seth's readings, the best way I can describe it is I felt like I was sitting across, we sat at a table, I felt like I was sitting across from Bashar, and like Bashar was answering my personal questions, like Bashar was looking into my life and answering questions that I asked and even questions that I didn't ask. It was fucking amazing. So if you're interested, and he's doing gallery type readings in his event, if you're interested in that, please go check it out. I can't speak more highly about Seth Turner and his readings. It is quite amazing. So I'm going to post the link for that event in the chat. That again is happening on June 9th. I think tickets are about $25. So go ahead and grab a ticket for that. It's online, so you can join that from anywhere. Also, my link that I put in Kansas City, I forgot to mention, it is a Kansas City event, but there's also an online option. So if you're not in Kansas City and you'd still like to attend, check that first link out. And then the last thing I want to mention before we get started here is the Manifestation Brew membership. Many of you know about that. Many of you members of that. I'm mentioning that because I want to mention this first. It's only $44 to join my membership. With that membership is included is free access to a lot of my events. So now I'm going to talk about the events that you get free access for. June 7th, we're having a manifestation activation. It's a $22 event. If you pay for it by yourself, it's included in the membership. I do manifestation activations every month, beginning usually within the first week of the month, which is always free for members. And then if you're not a member, don't want to be a member, you can always still join the event and you just pay $22 to join. The second one, oh, that's awesome. Okay, the second event that is part of the membership that I want to talk about is the energy healing, interstellar energy healing. Is happening on one of those days coming up. I think it's next Thursday, this Thursday. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at the calendar, but that is also included in it happens once a month, also included in the membership. If you don't want to join the membership, it's $22 separately. Now, did you notice? I've only talked about 2 events, both of them being $22. If you join the membership for $44, it pays for both of those events. Oh, wait, there's more. I sound like an infomercial. Throughout the month, you also get additional events. So you meet with me 4 times a month in a small group setting. We go over things like the manifestation activation. We have an integration setting where we might do a journaling or we might do meditation. We have readings. If you like to get a reading from me, you're able to get a reading in a group setting within the membership. We do that once a month. And then we also have another event, hot seat coaching, manifestation coaching. If you feel like your manifestations just aren't manifesting like they used to, or you feel a little stuck on your manifesting, once a month we come together and we do hot seat manifesting coaching, where I give you my insight on what I've learned about manifesting, and I also channel spirit guidance to help you figure out what you need to figure out about your manifestation journey. So that's all included within the membership, as well as an online community, as well as any extra bonuses that I decide to throw in, which I do occasionally throw in for my members. So I wanted to let you know about that. The Manifestation Brew membership is over there. Did I put it in chat already? I did put it in chat already. Okay, so that's everything. So let's get into today's reading. So manifestation, magical money manifestation is a chance for you to tap in. It's always free. It has been free for 6 years now. I keep saying 5. We've been doing this for 6 years. And it happens every Monday, unless I'm traveling, because it didn't happen last Monday. We start out with tarot cards. We do a tarot pull for the collective, and then we move into oracle cards for the collective. And throughout the card pull, whatever messages Spirit has for this group, Spirit always weaves its messages in through the card messages or through just channel messages that I might receive. So that's how today's event will go. At the end of the event, before we close everything out, I always do an activation. It's just a tiny bite-sized piece of an activation. And I could never know quite what that energy activation is going to be until we get into the reading and Spirit kind of taps me on the shoulder and lets me know this is what you need to activate. So we will see what comes up for that. I think I have covered all the bases. I think I need to take a sip of my coffee before we get started. Ooh, that's good. That's my first sip of coffee in the morning, y'all. I'm having an Ally McBeal moment, but I'm going to try not to be obscene on camera. All right. I think I covered everything. I'm going to ask you all to take a deep breath. Focus on your intentions. If you have questions that you would like Spirit to answer, if you're seeking guidance, maybe you just came for the entertainment, whatever it is, focus on that for just a moment. And think of that thought that you are holding like a thought bubble, a thought cloud over your head. And now put all of the asking and all the wantings into that thought cloud, that thought bubble, and then release it. See it flying up, moving towards source, moving towards Spirit, moving towards the divine. Let it go. release it, because we can't be asking and receiving at the same time. So we're going to ask, let it go, and then we're going to switch into receiving mode, and we're going to see what messages Spirit has for us today. All right. Thank you so much, Charlie, for that over there. Oh, and Jacqueline just put the link for energy healing. Thanks. Look at all my helpers. I love it. All right. So today's tarot deck, as I tune in, oh, there's a lot of asking. There's a lot of energy. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I have noticed there's a lot of energy. Sometimes it feels a bit chaotic. Sometimes it feels a bit grounded. But if you have questions, just know that you're not alone, so to speak. If you're feeling like, I don't know what's happening, that's in the air, that's in the water, that's in our cosmos. Today's tarot deck that I'm pulling from is Wonderland Tarot. It's an Alice in Wonderland themed deck. Let me do this. Let me send Jacqueline a message real quick. And then I will highlight my screen so you all can see me. Jacqueline is my moderator. If you haven't met Jacqueline, everybody wave at Jacqueline. She helps me moderate the room. She is also an amazing practitioner. She does crazy stuff with the, not crazy, crazy wild in a good way stuff with the Akashic Records. All right, let's get this show on the road. Thanks for your patience as we did a little bit of announcements in the morning. Okay, so Wonderland Tarot. Spirit, what messages do you have for the group today? Let me tune in here for a moment. I think we're going to pull 5 cards today. Did shuffle my cards all crazy because they're all upside down. All right. And that is not the way I read. We got some topsy-turvy energy going on. I'm okay with that. All right. Here's our first card, and it is, talk about topsy-turvy. Couldn't have pulled a better card. It's the fucking Tower. Y'all ready for a Tower week? We're starting out with Tower energy this week, and that is par for the course. I'm feeling it already. I don't know if y'all are feeling it. It makes total sense for me. Let's see here. Okay, Tower moment. Tower is not a card to be feared, although looking at that picture, it's like, what is happening? Tower represents sudden change, unexpected change, but the overall message of the Tower is asking you what needs to be removed from your life so that something more beneficial can replace it. Notice I use the word beneficial, not the word better. That is intentional. Spirit put that word in my spirit, said you better not say better. Spirit put that word in my brain, more beneficial, because oftentimes from our human understanding and our human perspective, better and beneficial are 2 different things. And for those of you who have been on this path for a while, you know exactly what I mean. What we consider beneficial to us, I don't know. I can't even think of an example right now, but better and beneficial are 2 different things. So what needs to be removed from your life so that you can have something more beneficial come in and replace it is the question that we are starting with this week, with this energy. I feel like this is going to span a little bit further than this week because it feels like big energy with the Tower card. Major Arcana is a card that touches all areas of our life, not just the here and now. The Minor Arcana talks about the here and now. So when we talk about those big overarching themes, this Tower moment has the potential to affect all areas of our life. Also, I am clearly hearing Spirit say, if you experience a tower moment this week, and this goes for all of us, myself included, Spirit is saying, please, 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 please remember, this is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. Sometimes we ask and we ask and we get in this cycle of, I can't find my way out. I don't know what to do next. I'm not sure what's happening. And that's because we've put ourselves in a pattern, in a cycle, in a mindset that says, I can't see any other way. And Spirit, sometimes in order to break through that, for those of you who have been asking for a breakthrough, tower moments are your breakthrough. It's a way of shaking everything up so that you can have the clarity, or so that you can have things settle back down in a way that is more beneficial for you. So we have the tower moment coming up here. We see this is the Red Queen throwing a fit, and Alice is caught in the crosshairs of it. Kind of feels like that sometimes we're in a tower moment, but when everything settles down, we have a moment to reassess. In this case, when the Red Queen is done with her fit, guess what Alice finds out? Alice finds out that she's probably a little bit more powerful than the Red Queen, because Alice knows how to keep her shit together. So it's those moments that show us our personal power too. Sometimes tower moments are about showing you your own personal power, showing you the strength, the wisdom, the guidance that you always had within you, but that needed a little bit of a surface. I'm getting a message that my internet is, maybe I've already lost connection. How about that? Okay, I got a message that my internet was unstable. Am I back now? Perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's do this and this. I think sometimes when I shut my camera off, it resets. So sorry about that. All right. So tower is where we're starting out. Allowing things to be cleared out so that something can come in, and then we move right into the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups makes sense after a tower moment because things are still settling and you're still trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Tower moments for me are what the fuck moments. If you are currently experiencing or have ever experienced on your spiritual path one of those WTF moments where it's like, wait a minute, I meditated, I saged, why is this happening? That's a tower moment. After a tower moment, you usually need a lot of time to process what happened and to decide what's going to happen next for you. And that's why we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is that idea of, I have so many choices to make. Imagine if you had a tower moment where everything came crashing down. There is going to be a, what do I pick up? What do I put back in place? What's most important? What can I not worry about anymore? What actually needed to be removed? Okay, all of that processing and all of those thinking is the Seven of Cups for you. It's all of these decisions. It can feel overwhelming because the Seven of Cups also implies that you don't know the end result of the decision. It's not a clear path to, if I make this decision, cause and effect is not clear. It's, I need to make a decision and then I have to wait and see what the effect of the decision is. Well, who the fuck wants to live in that energy? Not me. How do we get around it? Cups. Cups is water energy. Water talks about our intuition. So this is talking about tapping into your spiritual connection and your intuition to make that decision about what comes next in your life. And when you do that, I'd say you're about 80 to 90% guaranteed a good outcome. The rest is up to you being human, and I can't give you 100%. But if you follow your intuition, if you're spiritually led in making your decisions about what comes next for you, you're going to do real well with whatever decision you make, because it's not about the decision so much. It's about you lining up with the decision. It's about your belief about the decision. If you have a belief that I never do anything right in my life, doesn't matter what fucking decision you make, it's not going to turn out well. If you have a belief that when I am led by spirit and my intuition, everything I touch turns to gold, doesn't matter what decision you make, everything's going to work out fine for you. So sometimes the Seven of Cups comes up to let you know this is about you following your intuition and trusting your internal guidance and trusting the divine and lining up with the decision you make. It's not so much about the decision itself, because look at the decisions that Alice has to make. Do any of those make sense? I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the dessert cup, but none of them make sense. She doesn't know what's actually behind any of those doors. So she has to trust her intuition. And before she opens that door, she's saying to herself, I know Spirit's with me. I know nothing bad's going to happen. I know I can trust this. I don't know what's on the other side of this door, but I know I can trust Spirit. And then she opens the door. That's the same energy we need to go into this week with when we are faced with the unpredictable, the uncharted, the I need to make a decision, the I'm unsures. Where's your intuition at? Can you trust your intuition even if you can't trust the decision? That's the question. And then we have another major arcana. So we've got two major arcana in this short condensed amount of a week. That tells me big shifts, big energy. And let's talk about how big that energy is going to get once we have our tower moment, once we've made a decision and decided to move forward. We have the motherfucking sun, my favorite card in the whole deck. This is the most positive card in the tarot. I don't care how I read it, it's always positive. If it comes up in reverse, it's still positive. The sun card is literally shining light on all areas of our life. It's how I'm reading this card. So we've come out of the darkness of the tower, and immediately, as soon as we make a decision being key, as soon as we make a decision, then we're into this sun energy. And this sun energy in this reading is not everything is perfect. It's I'm shining bright light on your life so you can see some of the hidden things, so you can see some of the dark corners, so you can have your path illuminated so your next step forward feels better, looks better, and you feel more stable and secure in making that next move forward. This feels like sunshine. It feels like a warm hug from the divine above. It feels like the divine walking beside you on your path after letting you walk for yourself for a while, because that's what was needed. Now it feels like the divine is like, I'm right here. I've always been right here. I'm right here. I'm going to hold your hand. This energy feels warm. It feels comforting, but it also feels illuminating, where we can see some of the things that we may have been confused about before. So I am really looking forward to some sun energy, and I'm feeling that's right about midweek for all of us energetically. If you've been asking for clarity, this is your week to step into and receive that clarity. Just know that part of you receiving that clarity is Spirit removing those things that are causing disillusion, removing the clouds cover so that the sun can shine down on you. So don't be, what's the word? Don't be discouraged if things get a little topsy-turvy first before you step into the clarity. And then what happens with the clarity? Is that it? We just get some sunshine and then we still got to figure the rest out for ourselves? Nope. Because now we got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this reading is good. I'm looking forward to this week. Swords. The Queen of Swords is mastery over her thoughts and her communication. Swords is air energy. Swords is air energy, mastery over her thoughts, mastery over her communication. So we get the clarity, and then we know what to do with it. Our thoughts are clear. The words we speak into the world, which carry the energy of manifestation, are clear. If you're wanting to manifest, this is your week. You got to go through a little bit of the trenches. You got to wait till you have that sunshine, till you feel that clarity, and then know, okay, now that I have clarity, it's go time. I'm going to speak swords, communication into this world and to the divine, the things I want to manifest. And I'm going to do it from a level of mastery and authority. The Queen of Swords does not ask permission to manifest. She just manifests. She doesn't ask permission to speak. She just speaks. So, Queen of Swords energy coming your way. I'm loving it. And then, oh my God, I just looked down at the last card, y'all, because I usually only pull 4. I just looked down at the last card. I cannot be more excited. Somebody put over in the chat, can we talk about manifesting? And Spirit said, let's talk about manifesting. Here we go. So we've got the Queen of Swords, clear communication. I'm speaking into the world what I want to see. And then what happens? The Queen of fucking Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. Pentacles is literally about manifesting. It's about what is manifested in this world. What can I touch, taste, smell, feel? But it's physical in this world. It's Pentacles energies. It's earth energy. And we have the Queen. So we have her speaking it into existence. And we have her making it happen. Experiencing the real world manifestation of what she spoke into existence. Yeah, we couldn't have had a better week. Does it start off like this? Yes. But it ends with you starting to two queens, and the motherfucking sun. I don't know if I've ever pulled a better spread. Y'all, we are in for a treat this week. What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? Not what do you think you should have? What did you want last week? But right now, today, lock it in. Ask yourself, what do you want? And hold that energy. Hold that energy through the tower moment. Hold that energy when you go to make decisions about what happened. Hold that energy when you see the sun shining clarity. Ask yourself, do I need to refine? Do I need to refine this asking this morning, or is it right where it needs to be? And then get ready. Get ready to see Spirit show out and manifest what you've asked for towards the end of this week. Such good energy. I am feeling it. Are y'all feeling it? Are you ready to receive it? I'm pretty sure I know what the activation is going to be about right now. So that's what we have for the tarot cards. Let's see. One moment. We're doing a lot behind the scenes, y'all, for today's event. So give me just a moment. I think we're going to do that. All right, now we're going to move on to the oracle cards. And this is interesting because I would not have normally gone to this deck, but I do feel like Spirit is leading me to this deck. Spirit is also leading me to more coffee. All right. The deck that I'm going to use is Spellcasting Oracle. Let's see if we can get it. Spellcasting Oracle. Spirit, why this deck? What messages do you have? Messages about manifesting. Okay, what messages do you need to tell us about manifesting? Financial health is the card that's coming up. Oh, got a lot of glare. Financial health. Is that a money tree? I can't tell. Is it just a tree or a money tree? Anyway, it looks like a really cool tree. Let's go to the book and see what this oracle card has to say about financial health. Is somebody trying to manifest finances? Perchance? Is that why we've pulled this card? It wouldn't be just one person. It would be several people in order for this card to come up. Here's the guidance. You might find yourself drowning in a sea of red demands if you don't slow down and take stock of the mess you're in. Oh, burying your head in the sand won't get you out of the hole. You're being urged to recognize that your avoidance, inexperience, or irresponsibility has become a liability, and you can't afford to ignore your desperate situation. The worry, stress, and anxiety that accompanies debt has taken its toll, and you don't know where to turn to. Acknowledgement and responsibility of the debt is the first step and rule of magic when weaving a spell to improve your financial health and become debt-free once and for all. So that's the message. What I'm going to add as far as what's coming through, this is tips from many financial advisors. And also, I shied away from it when I was in the depths of my debt, I was just like, no, I don't want to look at that. But all the financial advisors tell you to look at it. And here's why. When I looked at it and got exact numbers, and I'm not talking about numbers rounded up, I'm talking about exact numbers for the bill, $198.37, exact numbers. And then I totaled those numbers. Oftentimes I found that the numbers in my mind didn't match the numbers in reality. And oftentimes I found that the numbers in reality were more financially optimistic than I had led myself to believe. So a lot of times when we're just like, I don't have the money for it, so I'm not even going to look at it. I don't have the money for that either, so I'm not even going to look at it. And it builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And what that does energetically is you're energetically blocking it. If you block any part of the giving and receiving cycle, you're blocked, period. If you're saying, I don't know why I can't pull in enough money to pay these bills, and somebody says, well, how much are your bills? And you're like, well, I don't know. I think they're around, and you give an estimate. Well, guess what? You're blocked. And it's your doing because you refuse to look at the other side. You refuse to look at what is happening over there. And any refusal, any energy that says, I am not going to allow this, is the energy of blocking something. And in that cycle of giving and receiving, we have to be open to giving and receiving. So if you don't know how much you need to give, you're not going to know how much you need to receive. And when spirit comes a knocking and says, hey, I heard you need some money. How much money do you need? And you're like, well, I don't know. I think it's kind of maybe a couple of hundred, I don't know, maybe a couple of thousand. Spirit's like, you know what? I'll be back later when you have an exact number. So it's that idea of, are we blocking ourselves just because we're avoiding? Just because we're not looking at all the full picture of our life. There is nothing inherently wrong with anything in our life. We assign good, bad values to it. And if you're looking at your financial situation and saying bad, 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 you're blocking. When you go to spirit and spirit's like, hey, I heard you needed some help. Where can I shine some light in your life? And you're like, and spirit is looking energetically, not listening to your words, looking at you energetically. And if spirit is looking at your life and spirit is like, well, there's this dark box that this person never opens, never looks at, doesn't want to do anything with, is spirit going to touch that box? No. So we have to open up our life and we have to stop labeling things as bad and label them as, hey, this is my experience. Spirit, this is my experience. Here's what's going on. Where can you help me? Oh, now spirit is like, oh, okay, well, I can see everything. Now you haven't blocked anything. You haven't hidden anything from view. Let's see what we can do. Let's get to work. All right. Let's see, is there any additional information in this? There's a little incantation, which I will read. It's kind of cute. You can choose to do it. You can listen to the replay, or you can just kind of go along with it as I'm reading it. Money makes the world go round. Lack of it can make one frown. Shrug off, ignore, try to forget. Responsibility owns debt. Carve owned amount on candle black, anoint with oil to pay it back. Flame determines what one earns, debt reduced as candle burns. Watch arrears melt away, welcome in a new payday. Oh, so it's talking about candle magic. A black candle carved into the candle, the amount that you want to receive, which again, if you're not looking at your debt, how are you going to know what the amount is? The amount that you want to receive, light the flame and let that candle burn down. And as the candle burns down, you're saying to yourself, this is reducing my debt. Spirit is going to come in and help me reduce my debt in this amount that I've said, because now spirit has something to work with. Now we've got details. All right. I might do that. I've got candle. I haven't done candle magic in a while. I've definitely got some black candles. Do I still have black candles? I think I do. I haven't heard of black candles being used for finances. I usually use green candles. Black candles are usually for protection. So that's interesting that it says black candle. I might go on social media later and light a black candle for the collective. All right. I don't feel nervous about using a black candle. I just don't usually associate black candles with finance. So when I do candle magic for finances, I usually use a green candle, just to clarify. Thank you for that question over there in chat. All right. It's debt, so it's protecting you from the deck. Okay, I can kind of see that. All right, give me just a moment. All right, so that was spell casting. Where are we at on time? Because I still want to leave time. I'm going to do, usually I do quite a few oracle cards, but I'm going to do maybe a couple more oracle cards and then we'll get into the individual reading. So if you're interested in receiving a reading, please pick me over in the chat. We'll get to that in just a moment. Spirit, what else do you need us to know? Ooh, Dragon Path Oracle. Dragon Path Oracle. What else do you need us to know, Spirit? And we're going to go to Dragon Path Oracle. A little fire energy. Little dragon energy. This is Carolyn Mitchell's deck of Oracle cards. Okay. Ooh, that card almost jumped out. All right. One moment. Okay. What did I just say? Dragon Path Oracle. Here we go. Oh, Grace. I like this dragon. Grace is our message. It's two little tiny dragon. Grace is our message, our card. Let's see what the message is. Oh, these are ordered differently. It is card number 16. Grace, you are more than you can possibly imagine, is the quote from Grace, right there at the top of the page. This dragon flies into our lives when we have been or are struggling with self-worth, self-respect, and self-love issues, or when we've been neglecting ourselves. Let me pause for just a moment. Self-worth, self-respect, self-love. Guess what those three things have in common? They all are the underlying energy to our what? Manifestations. If you are saying to yourself, this thing I've been trying to manifest just isn't happening, check your self-worth, your self-love, or your self-respect. Because probably one of the stories underlying subconscious beliefs is, this thing I want, I'm not worthy of it. And that's probably why it's not coming to you. So it's always good to check, where are you at with your self-worth, self-respect, and self-love when you feel stuck or when you feel like your manifestations are just not manifesting. Let's see. All issues or when we have been neglecting ourselves. It's time to look at ourselves and discover who we truly are. We are magnificent human beings who need to find ways to let go of our self-imposed limitations and self-limiting beliefs. If Spirit could put our life journey as a human into a nutshell, that would be it. Finding ways to let go of our self-imposed limitations and self-limiting beliefs, and remembering who the fuck we are. Grace's words are simple. Quote, "Stop it now!" Exclamation point. You are more than you can possibly imagine. You can achieve so much more than you foresee. Believe in yourself. Push the boundaries of your self-imposed limits. If you don't try, you will never know how successful you can be. And if you perceive that you have failed, remember there is no such thing as failure, only an experience to learn from. Try again. Remember when I said all this is just an experience and we label it? This dragon is coming to remind you. Failure is a construct of your human existence and your human brain. There's no such thing as failure. That's a label you assigned to your experience. Your experience is just your experience. Do you like living an experience of failure? No? No, you don't? Okay, then stop labeling it that way. Change the labels on your life because it's all just an experience and you get to decide how you're going to label that experience. And that was the end quote with the try again. Dragons have an issue with the word love because we continually misuse it. So they have opted instead for grace, which they tell me is more encompassing and authentic. Grace is a deep acceptance of all that is within and without us. It means the end of struggle through embracing the whole of us as we truly are. How do we end struggle? Embracing the whole of us as we truly are. I'm going to add without the negative labels that we have associated or assigned to our experience. Can you embrace your human experience as it truly is in all its beautiful glory without assigning a negative label to it? Because that is letting go of self-imposed limitations. All right. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to get into the individual readings. We're going to do about maybe 5-8 minutes of individual readings. These are one card tarot pulls. And then we will do an activation. An activation of remembering who the fuck we are. Stepping into that manifesting queen, double queen energy. All right, did I get over in chat messages of who would like a one card reading? I might have that. I'm going to ask you all to put over in chat one more time if you would like a one card reading. The chat is busy and I'm trying to keep up, y'all. All right, Diane. I'm going to pull one card for you. Just see what that message is. What message does Diane need to move forward with? Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is the idea of being strategic with your thoughts. It also carries the idea of being deceptive, but I'm not picking up on that vibe for you. Deceptive is usually someone else being deceptive towards you. I just don't get that. So this is more about being strategic for you. There's something that you are planning, something that you were thinking about, and I feel Spirit saying to you, you've missed a T or you've missed an I. Go back over it, be a little bit more strategic and a little bit more attention to detail before you move forward, Diane. It just feels like there's just a tiny detail that you've missed and that tiny detail could throw the whole plan off. So go back over it, look back over it. I feel like also, this is good. Okay, also wait for that sun moment this week because that's going to illuminate whatever that thing is that you missed. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to go to Daryl. Hi, Daryl. Let's see. Spirit, what does Daryl need to know this week moving forward? In their path. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. I love the Nine of Cups card. The Nine of Cups is the wishes fulfilled card in the tarot. That's what I call it. The nine means you're almost there. All your cups are full. You're looking over those cups, whatever you poured into them, and you're ready. The 10 is completion, but the 9 is the sweet spot. It's where everything is starting to work out, where you're able to start enjoying what's going on. Cups is also about your intuition. So if you're like, I don't know what that lady's talking about, wishes and dreams fulfilled doesn't seem to be my story right now, ask yourself, where are you missing perhaps a divine connection? Because cups is water too. So you might need to feel back into that spiritual connection before you can see through spirit's eyes and see where all of your wishes and your dreams are starting to feel that fruition, starting to feel like, oh, it is clicking in place. I missed it because I was too much in my human self and I wasn't connected to spirit's eyes. So make sure that spiritual and intuitive connection is in place. And then you have that 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled energy coming through for you this week. All right. I'm going to go to Tina. Spirit, what does Tina need to know this week? I got 2 cards for you, but here's the first card. The 9 of Wands, another 9, almost completion, personal power. 9 of Wands gives the energy of your last stand, your last defense. And this is not defending against. This is Wands energy. This is fire energy. This is inspiration, creativity. This is you standing firm in your personal power, that kind of feeling of defense. It's like sometimes you feel like, man, this life is hard. It would be so much easier if I was complacent, so much easier if I just blended in, so much easier if I just did what society is asking of me. And then you say to yourself, no, that feels really, really gross. So it's kind of that waffling back and forth of, man, it would be so much easier if I just did things the way society is asking me to do things. And then you're like, fuck society. I kind of want to be in my own power. That's this energy. The 9 of Wands is that, okay, I'm going to plant my feet firmly in the ground. I've accepted this. This is my reality. I'm going to be in this energy and I'm not going to cater to or waffle back and forth anymore. So it's that taking a final stand, but it's a final stand in your own personal power and your own personal energy. And look at all that fire energy swirling around you. You are ready to manifest something big, but you've got to maintain your energy first. And the second card that I pulled now makes perfect sense because the second card is the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords card is the card about the stories that we create in our mind that keeps us trapped and keeps us in prison and keeps us from seeing the way out because we've told ourselves, I'm stuck. We're stuck. Can you tell a better story? If you tell a better story, that's going to help you maintain this personal power, help you stand firm and finally integrate it into who you are so that you become that new version, so that you don't feel like you're the old version playing a role, but so that you firmly become that new version. So that's what I have for you. I forgot who I was even reading for. I think it was Tina. All right. That was Tina. All right. I'm going to do Nicole and then Mel Amy. So let's do Nicole real quick. Nicole, I'm just going to pull a card and be really short and brief because Nicole is an amazing tarot reader, so you can get your own message from this. But we have 10 of Cups, 10 completion, cups, all full. That's all I'm going to say. 10 of Cups, Nicole. I can't wait for you to message me later and tell me what you got from that card. Moving on, Mel, I'm going to pull a card for you. Four of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, that earth energy. Pentacles speaks about manifesting. 4 of Pentacles is it's almost the exact message that I gave earlier when I was talking about not looking at your debt and how not looking at your debt puts a stop in your energy and stops the flow. Okay, well, 4 of Pentacles gives that same vibe. 4 of Pentacles is when you start to begin to receive manifestations, Pentacles, earth energy, manifestations. The very first beginning stages, that's why it's 4, one of those lower numbers. You start to receive it and something in your energy says, hold on. Usually what happens is you hold on to what you've received too tight because you've been in lack for so long and you're afraid of messing it up or losing it or having it go away and not being able to call it back again. And it's that idea of, oh my God, I finally got the love of my life. Come here and don't go anywhere. And then you kill it. So it's the Four of Pentacles is the idea of, yes, you're beginning to understand it. Yes, it's beginning to flow to you. Don't hold on to it so tightly that you choke the life of it. Allow it to continue to flow. Allow yourself to say statements to yourself like, if I manifested this, I can manifest it again, so that you're not afraid of losing it, so that it flows to you, through you, back out, and more comes in. It's being in the flow and not choking the flow by holding on to it too tightly. So that's what I have for you. And then, where are we at on time? Oh, we still got a little bit of time. I think I'm going to pull a card for my friend Charlie. Thank you so much for stepping in as moderator. What do we have for Charlie? Charlie. Oh, my cards are talking. My cards are buzzing. I feel like I need to do a full reading for you. What's going on with you? You got manifesting energy like oozing out of your pores. When I look at you energetically, that's what I just see, this aura of manifesting, like there's so much going on. Let's see what Spirit says. Upside down reversal. I don't usually get reversals, so that's important. And we have the moon. I'm reading this in a good way. The moon to me represents Scorpio energy, represents what lies beneath the surface, represents those things that are a little illusionary. You can't quite see them because it's by moonlight. It's a lot of things, but that's what it mainly means for me. It's those things that are just, they're there, but I can't quite grasp it. It also is subconscious thing. Yours was in reversal. And the reason why I love this in relation to me seeing the energy of manifestation all around you is it's telling me that whatever was in your subconscious that was beneath the surface is no longer beneath the surface. It's risen up. You're able to be aware of it, appreciate it, work with it, release it, whatever is going on. And that is why your manifesting right now is so powerful, because those stories that maybe keep us limiting beliefs or things that are conflicting beliefs that we're not aware of, that are in our subconscious, when they rise up, now it's like, oh my God, this is what I wanted. Now I can do something about it. Now I can get my manifesting back on track. And so that's what I'm feeling for you, that's it's no longer hidden and trapped. It's right there on the surface, and you're dealing with it, you're working with it, you're aware of it, and that's why you're like manifest. That picture behind you with that energy, that's your manifesting energy, just shooting out to the furthest reaches of the universe. There's no stopping you, Charlie. That's the energy I'm feeling. That's why when I picked up these cards, I was like, oh my God, so many messages. What's happening? But I just pulled one. Okay. Let's real quick do a energy activation. So do it with your eyes open, eyes closed. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is channel some energy and pull some energy out for you all. I invite you, if it feels comfortable, to go ahead and close your eyes. And what we're going to say to ourselves is, Spirit, for this week, I would like to walk alongside you. Spirit, for this week, I would like to hear you clearly as you remind me who the fuck I am. I just need you to help me remember who I am, and I can take it from there, Spirit. Feel that energy. Feel your metaphysical ears opening up for clarity. Feel the whispers of Spirit, reminding you of brighter days, reminding you of ease and flow, reminding you of your strength, reminding you of your inner wisdom, your inner compass, reminding you how powerful you are, and how infinite your energy is when you allow it to be. And Spirit is agreeing to walk with you this week through your tower moment, through your sun moment, through your queen energy, and to remind you every step along the way of who you truly are, of how powerful you are, and of what you came here to do and accomplish. Everything is possible. Nothing is off limits. Feel that energy. All right, and that is our manifestation activation for today. I hope you all join us for the longer and more in-depth manifestation activation happening on the 7th of this upcoming Saturday. Check out all of the links that we put into the chat earlier. And thank you all so much. Again, these messages are meant to help you manifest your lives. So please take these to heart and put them into use and manifest the fuck out of y'all's lives this week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.